Wow, we got to get right into it. Episode 2 of the 10 Sol to 100 Sol challenge. And wow, today was a doozy. Today's Thursday. Episode 1 was 2 days ago on Tuesday. And let me just show you everything that was minting today because that's very important to know. Okay, so the first thing that was minting this morning was Monkey Ball. On Tuesday, we got the first 1,000 of the NFT collection that dropped. But today, we were getting the rest of it, another 4,000 piece drop. Go ahead and bop on my screen and show the message that I got. This is crazy. Basically, the countdown was going. We had like 27 seconds left until mint started. And then we got this little sign that said, drop ended, you missed. All sold out. Sorry, see you later. So what ended up happening was the Monkey Ball team tweeted, "Monkeys, massive congestion on Solana has stalled thousands of transactions. It's important. If you successfully completed the transaction and weren't immediately refunded, you'll get your monkey. Due to the congestion on Solana, you will receive it within the next several hours. Having said this, there are still monkeys left and will reopen the sale shortly." So they ended up pausing the sale. And how much later did they resume it? Okay, so about 20 minutes later, they resumed the sale. See, I didn't even check this. I said, you know what? Bad start to the day. We're going to focus on the next project. Screw Monkey Ball. We're over it. We're going to wipe our hands clean of it and just focus on the very next drop. Because this is a big day on Solana drops. We had a lot of stuff coming. You know what? Actually, I think right now is a perfect time to do a quick little recap of part 1. Run it. I thought Monkey Ball was a great first project, so I hopped right in. I went over to Magic Eden. I went to the collection for Monkey Ball. I said, we got to do it for the memes. I clicked on that one. I still liked the volume, and I finally got in. I bought for 9.69 Sol, and then about 3 hours ago, I sold it for 16 Solana. This was a huge day for Solana projects. We had some of the biggest projects around that were dropping. Not only do we have Monkey Ball, next up we had Quantum Traders. The reason that Quantum Traders was about to be so big was mostly due to the DYOR network. So there's something called the DYOR Alpha, right? This is a great new way for people to swap NFTs using Solana. Some of the other biggest projects on Solana that were doing something similar decided to stop pursuing it because they realized that DYOR was so much better and they admitted that. And this is where I messed up because you know what? Sometimes you have a day job, you forget that you're degenning in NFT land and you think, wow, I missed it. So I completely forgot about the Quantum Traders drop and it went bananas. We're sitting at almost a 10 Sol floor. I'm not even kidding. I think right now there's still a chance for me to dive in at this entry price and there's some upside here. But this is the 10 Sol to 100 Sol challenge. I gotta do it. We gotta make some big moves. And there was one more project. One project that I left you on a cliffhanger with last episode. And I said this is the one that we were waiting for. And that was the Cops and Robbers game. For those that didn't know, Solana was coming out with their own version of the Wolf game from the Ethereum network. And I have some crazy FOMO for Wolf game because I love this project. Gary V, Beanie, there's some big people going all in on this game. And right now the floor Wolf on Ethereum is sitting at about $23,000 to $24,000. But there's been plenty of Wolf game ripoffs that have done nothing. So what's different about this one? If I'm going to be at 100% honest, we don't know that for a fact, but they came out with their own beta version of the game where we got to actually play it. They airdropped us some characters and it seemed legit. These were minting at 6 p.m. Eastern time and they were minting for 1.25 Sol a piece. There was going to be 10,000 in the original Gen 0 collection. There was going to be 1,000 cops and 9,000 robbers. For a little backstory on the game, it's an idle risk-taking game. What happens is if you have a robber, you stake them and they return you 10,000 loot token every single day. Right at the time of minting the loot token, if they made that 10,000 every single day, that was the equivalent of returning about half a Sol every single day for your staked robbers. The way that cops become valuable is they tax the robbers 20% on all the loot they take. And when you try to unstake your robber and claim all the loot that you won, basically, a cop has a big 50% chance to take everything. If the cop ends up taking everything from you, then that gets split among the cops proportionally to the level or the rank of the cop. There's 4 different ranks of cops. Chiefs at the top that earn the most loot when things are stolen and have the highest tax, then captain, then lieutenant, and then detective. On average, a cop will earn 1.8 times as much as a robber will earn. So one thing that's important to know is there was 3,000 whitelist spots given out for 10,000 NFTs, but each whitelist spot was given the opportunity to mint 5 NFTs. So pretty much at public sale, there would be no chance to get it. So one of my good friends in the space, shout out to you, watched my last video shouting out Cops Game, knew I was really interested in it, and asked if I had a whitelist spot, which I did not. They had a whitelist spot and didn't want to have the full 5 mints. They were interested in taking 3, and they said, hey, do you want the other 2? I'll give it to you for the price of mint. And I said, absolutely, that would be awesome. That's why I love the space, I love the community, I love the people in it. I'm meeting a ton of cool people, especially all you guys in the comment section. So please drop me a comment if you're liking the series, like the video. I answer every single comment. So ask me any questions or just comment what you like to see or what you've been doing in the space. But 6 o'clock is coming soon. I've already sent my Solana to them so they can mint the 2 for me. And everyone's having trouble minting. We go onto the Cops Game Discord and it says, hey, mint requires a few retries. If anything doesn't show up, refresh the page since Solana nodes are a bit behind. At 6:22, the mayor says the network is lagging behind heavily, thus requiring multiple retries to go through successfully. Basically, it was 22 minutes into mint and there's still troubles minting. And at 6:32, the project sells out. I get a message from my friend, no bueno, not one was minted. And then complete radio silence. Every single channel in the Discord was shut down. There was no announcements about, hey, we're about to be up on this secondary platform so you can go buy on Solana Art or on Magic Eden. Nothing. And then on the Cops Game Twitter, it said, we will be on the secondary site soulport.io. And I said, what the hell is soulport.io? I had never heard of the secondary site, and everyone was so confused on Twitter. I was trying to find everywhere like, hey, anybody know this place is safe? Like, what's going on? I was starting to get suspicious. Is this project legit? Like, what are we doing here? Why are we on soulport.io? And then about 10 minutes later, they took down that tweet, screw soulport.io, and they said, we are now listed on Magic Eden. Let's go. We're on ME. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to roll up our sleeves and dive in and make some money. And we spent some Solana today. We made some splash moves. Okay, so last time I pulled up my Phantom wallet, there was 15.28 Sol. And now there's 2.5 Sol in there. Cody, what happened? Where'd all the money go? So the first thing you can see in my Phantom wallet is this loot at 21,000 loot. We started the day off with a pretty bad trade. So I wanted to play Cops Game just in case I couldn't get into the NFT itself. So I said, hey, I can buy into the currency of the game and still have exposure that way. So I put 5 Solana into loot. As you can see, the chart didn't like me very much. That loot is now worth about 4 Solana, maybe even a little bit less. We probably lost about 1.1 Sol on the loot trade, but I'm still holding the bag right now. But if you go into my assets, you can see I have 2 collectibles. Don't worry about the Sol NFT giveaway, whatever we got airdropped. We have 2 Cops Game. We have 1 robber and 1 cop, and we don't even have a floor cop. We don't have a detective. We actually have a lieutenant. We bought our robber for 1.95 Sol, and we bought our cop for 8 Sol. So we're into this game for loot, 5 Sol. Bad trade. Robber, 1.95 Sol. And cop, 8 Sol. Let's dive into Magic Eden to see the floor price of our cop and our robber. So the floor robbers are about 2.5 Sol right now. If I sold right now, that would be about a 0.52 profit if I just sold it at the floor. The floor for a lieutenant cop right now is 13.5 Sol and a very thin floor of only 2 of them until we get to 15 Solana. The floor of the chief cops, which is the highest rank you can have, is actually about 27 Solana. So if I liquidated my trade right now, I would get a little bit less than 4 Sol in loot. I would get about 2.5 for my robber, and I would list my cop for about 14. I think that would sell pretty quickly. That would be a profitable day of about 4.5 Solana, and we would be back to about 20 Sol, and we would already be double where we were from episode 1 where we started at 10 Solana. But the big question is do I sell my Cops Game right now, or do I actually stake them, try to make some loot, and passively earn Sol every single day? I still have about 2.5 Solana left, so there's a couple mints I can still get into to still grind my way up the challenge, while passively adding about 1.5 SOL every single day from my cop and my robber. This is the NFT space. It's really tricky to stay in a project for that long, especially on Solana. I don't know if I trust this team enough. There was already a ton of problems with the mint today, but I've just wanted to be in this project for so long. I haven't sold yet for a reason, but I also haven't staked them and started getting the loot passively yet, even though the game is already live. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Do me a favor and please comment down below and tell me what you think I should do. Should I sell the robber? Should I sell the loot? Should I sell the cop? How should I play this moving forward? Do you guys want to see me flip starting with 20 SOL? Or do you want me to use the strategy of trying to build up passively, playing the cops game, hopefully getting that 1.5 SOL return? If this video can get 50 comments by Saturday, you're getting episode 3. And we'll run with whatever strategy you guys suggest in the comments down below. So I'll see you on Saturday.